Sit down and shut up.
Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give me peace.
Why so serious?
You take the blonde and I'll take the one in the trailer.
This is Sparta!
I'll have what she's having.
From the naked dawn of man to the magnificence of the Bible.
The Lord Jehovah has given unto you these 10 commandments.
From the glory that was Rome to the dark evils of the Spanish Inquisition.
For now begins the Inquisition.
To the French Revolution with its squalor and its splendor.
The peasants may grow violent.
They are my people. I am their sovereign. I love them. Ho!
History of the World, Part 1.
Then we are the Screen Squad Podcast. Thank you for listening in. Oh my God, I messed that up. I already forgot how we start this.
Hey, welcome to the Screen
Oh,
Squad
that's
Podcast.
right. That's right. That's how it goes. Wow. I have so much stuff on my mind.
Welcome
Sorry,
to the Screen
guys.
Squad Podcast. So, as you can tell, we're talking about the movie.
Well, on the panel today, like always, I'm Vinny.
I'm Ozzy.
And Edgar.
Those are some nice names.
Yeah, they're right.
Are they?
They're right.
I don't know about mine, but
They're right.
It's nice. I didn't say it's
They're
good.
right. They're right. Well, yeah, no,
Passable.
we are talking about Mel Brooks' History of the World Part 1. I think is a real funny comedy. Still to this day, it holds up. I think it's really funny.
What was that?
I don't know. It started out okay, and then it just started going downhill. It was tough at the end to keep watching.
Really, I thought it was funny. I thought it was Cantamone. But you have all the usual players that are in Mel Brooks movies, right? You have like Dom DeLuise, you have Harvey Korman.
Who don't get me wrong, a lot of people believe Dom DeLuise is funny as hell. He doesn't, as much credit as he gets as a funny fact dude, he is a lot better than he gets credit for.
I love Don
in everything he
DeLuise.
does. So do I.
So you have a whole bunch of people in this movie, though, and the I guess the star of the movie is Mel Brooks. He's in the whole movie.
Did he direct
different
it?
characters. Yeah, he directs it, and he
Writes
stars in it, wrote it. You have Madeline Kahn. You have Sid Caesar as the caveman at the beginning,
At the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
which is funny.
He's ripped too,
You
by
have
the way.
Cloris Leachman.
That doesn't look
She's
like
in it.
Cloris Leachman.
She's young and oily.
Sweaty in French.
Yeah.
In the name of France.
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 You have Hugh Hefner, young Hugh Hefner. You have a whole bunch of people,
Yeah,
right?
it's a
And it's-
centerfold, right?
What happened to Hugh Hefner?
I don't know.
He died.
Men like that never die.
Just multiply.
They just live.
Colors.
Is
Colors.
hold on
Live in
the,
our
guy, the guy
hearts.
the guy who played Leonardo da Vinci? Is that was he in
One of the
Police
police
Academies?
Yeah.
Right. He
He's,
was right.
One of them, yeah. An asshole. He was an asshole in
Yeah.
one of
He
those.
he took place of the other guy.
Yeah, like one of the commandants?
Yeah.
He's...
Well, no, not Lassard, but the
yeah,
other one.
yeah.
The other guy.
He's a Matrano.
He
Harris.
Yeah.
There you go.
Art Matrano.
Yeah. He gets he's the one that gets his eyebrows ripped off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a stand-up
part-
comedian before that.
Police Academy. That's all you need to say. All right. Police Academy. Which one?
Mm-hmm.
Part 4?
I think 2. No?
Part 2? Part 4?
I think it's 2.
Yeah.
Maybe 1.
No, he's not in
one.
one.
And one is Harris.
Oh, is it?
Harris and Callahan are the ones leading the whole thing.
Oh.
Callahan.
It's Police Academy 3.
Oh, 3?
Art
He's
Matrano.
in 3.
Callahan.
All right.
The
Yeah.
eyebrows. He's the one that loses the eyebrows.
Yeah, he's the one.
Yep.
who's- Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have that guy. You have a whole bunch of people in this movie. I mean, they're all super old now
Hey,
or
Mel,
dead.
Mel Brooks doesn't do a very good accent for any other.
Well, that's the whole point, right? That's the whole point. He
people in the other, like, everyone trying an accent, and he's like, I'm still gonna be me.
yeah, but he makes a lot of the like Jewish jokes, and he doesn't portray himself as different. Like even when it's a character like the Takamata, right, the Grand Inquisitor, he still uses his Jewish accent.
Yeah.
Like he's just going normal, and that's what makes them. That's what makes those things funny. Like,
Is it just me or is
Jewish accent?
huh?
Jewish accent?
Is New York.
Oh yeah, New York.
It's Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I you
He's
know,
got a
you
Brooklyn
kind of
accent.
assume, you kind of like link those two because they sound very much alike. But you have Mel Brooks.
Breakfast is slaved.
Yeah, you have Mel Brooks playing King Louis and no
It's
French
good to be the
accent.
king.
Yeah, and you have him playing Roman. You have Gregory Hines. He doesn't scat, but he does tap dance.
Tap tap. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Ethiopian.
Mel Brooks scats.
Yeah. In
Shin Shan.
Inquisition.
Yeah. But so I like the fact that the movie is called History of the World Part 1 and we never got a sequel.
Well, technically we did because isn't Jews in Space Spaceballs?
No, and that's what when rewatching it, you're like, okay, he did use those ideas.
Oh, and then the song they used for the Jews in Space is
And no,
is
and
Men in Tights.
and Hitler on Ice is
we're Jews in space.
like that's also like similar to like the producers he took from his other stuff, like right, or it ended up making his other stuff, like Spaceballs. Jews in Space was Spaceballs. But we never got an official one, right? Or I don't think we're ever going to get a Spaceballs 2.
No, I don't
There's
think
always
so.
talk about it. There's always talk about it.
I would like it.
But
I would like it.
He's close to death.
No, he's not.
He's pretty close to death.
He's like 103, 104.
I mean, he's closer than he was 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even
But
in
he
this
looks pretty
movie, he
healthy.
looked. Even
pretty
in
good
this
shape.
movie, he was like old.
Yeah, he looked old, but like an in-shape old dude.
Yeah.
He was in his 30s.
Yeah. And you don't realize how. I mean, this is.
How do you mean? I don't know.
But you have so you have Mel Brooks. Blazing Saddles was like a
Masterpiece.
Yeah, right. So, but it was like a commentary on racism, right? And they used a lot of the
In
N
the
word,
American South.
right? They made those jokes, right?
Yeah.
You don't realize how free they were with their comedy at that time. They were like,
Oh yeah,
they
because that guy gets it.
they were
I can't say what he said.
derogatory like towards gay people in it, and it was like for the time it was still. I mean, I laughed because it's a movie.
Wait, what's the word?
I can't say it.
Grease.
Yeah.
Grease is the word.
But like the whole point of it is it's a spoof on history, just in general, not any historical movies. It's just a spoof on history,
So you're a bullshit artist.
right?
Yeah.
So it's a spoof on history, spoof on historical events,
Okay.
right? And it's essentially
Put a comedic twist on the events
Yeah.
of history.
but it all through the eyes of New York Jewish
We're
man,
going to Judea.
right? So it's
Fine.
it's a funny movie. It's a funny movie, yeah, and everyone does bring their A game, like Madeline Kahn,
Always.
Dom DeLuise, of course,
Always.
Gregory Hines,
Always.
Harvey Korman,
Always.
right? Even Sid Caesar. Sid Caesar brings even the guy from Life Stinks, the guy who pretends to be rich and gets beat up by Pepto. He's the one that gets stabbed by the spear at the beginning.
Oh yeah, that's
He's
right.
that guy, that guy, and then
Wasn't he also a Roman soldier?
Yeah, he was
so,
also a Roman soldier. You have the guy from Caddyshack too.
Which one?
That doesn't help. There's
The guy in the Inquisition, he's hanging. One of the two, the only two Jewish guys.
What's his name? The comedian, the stand-up comedian, the Jewish guy.
That doesn't help.
Jackie,
Yeah,
something.
Jackie Mason.
Gleason?
Jackie Mason.
Jackie Mason. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah,
That
Jackie-
guy has a thick accent.
Yeah,
That guy has a thing for his boss.
yeah, and then you have John Hurt playing Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You have John Hurt, and those are also funny scenes.
Yeah.
You know, the whole. It's similar to Who's On First, right? Like that whole joke. Jesus. Yes. What? You know that whole thing. That in all it's all skits. It's all just like
A lot of classic comedians too, like Henny Youngman.
Oh, yeah.
And B. Arthur's in it.
B. Arthur.
Shecky Green.
Shecky. They don't make names like that anymore.
I also love that Orson Welles is narrating. the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
I think that gives it like
Cred.
not just cred, but it makes it feel like a historical type of
Well, I
documentary.
mean, the whole reason is because it's history of the world. I mean, War of the Worlds.
Yeah, I get that. But it does lend to
Yeah,
He was drunk while he was filming it, though.
He was drunk all the time. He's dead now.
You guys ever seen that? It's on YouTube. That commercial he was filming about the wine. Yeah, there's.
Was it the one that's called Vitamin Vegemin?
No. It's kind of like that because they're filming the commercial about wine, and the longer it goes on, the drunker he gets. It's really funny to watch.
And at some point he says, "Fuck it, I'll do it live."
We'll do it live.
Jeez, thanks.
Hold on. I want to play a little bit of that clip if it shows up.
Yeah, it should show up. It's Orson Welles drunk. It's a funny commercial.
Turn camera. Mark. 102, take one. With overlap, action please.
He's just so wasted.
Action Orson, please.
His eyes are glassed over.
Do anything?
No, it's sorry, cut. Yeah, rolling. 102, take two.
Ah, the French champagne. I always would celebrate.
I've never seen that before. We gotta link. We gotta link that on.
Yeah, it's so funny to watch.
We gotta put a link on it. I'd never seen that. It's pretty funny. You could see his eyes glazed over.
And the couple that's standing there with him is like, whoa.
They're waiting. They're waiting for him to finish.
Yeah, but you gotta remember though. That's Orson Welles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, that's Orson Welles. You can't. That guy's great. You can't.
You know he was trying to take over the world.
Probably. Yes, Pinky
the Brain. But that wasn't Orson Welles doing the voice, was it?
It was not.
No, it wasn't.
I think he was dead already.
I don't know.
I think he was dead during that time.
You know who else is dead? Gregory Hines.
Yeah, that's right. R.I.P.
Hines 57, man. Hines 57.
But I think that his part in the movie in Rome, I think it was a highlight for me.
Yeah.
Like that whole because he's an entertainer, and you could tell he's an entertainer just in the piece where he's the little piece where he's dancing, or where he says, "Where are you from? Ethiopia? Where are you from?" The South Side.
No, he says, what does he say?
125th Street. 125th Street.
What I love how when they have him there as a eunuch.
Yeah, eunuch. And it was very cartoony. They gave him the cartoony stuff, right? With the tongue falling out.
Honkus.
Yeah, and I really liked that. I think that
names are hilarious.
I think that's why I think that portion of the movie to me is like funniest.
Well, there's only two.
It's like the most entertaining.
There's two main stories there. Like the if you look at this Rome and then
the French Revolution,
and then everything else in between. Like it's like it reminds me of how Grindhouse. Had little trailers between the movies.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of. So between Rome, shut up. Let me finish my thought. So between Rome and the French Revolution, you have the Inquisition.
The werewolf women of the SS.
Yeah. So you have like little mini trailers, kind of. That's what it reminded me of. Like now with watching it, very very reminiscent of Grindhouse, where you have the two stories, and in the middle you have little skits.
Oh, would be carved.
All right. We get it.
Machete kills.
But I know, I get it.
For me, I think that's where the movie dies, though, in the French Revolution.
I don't think it's the strongest portion of the movie.
For me, it just drags and drags.
But I understand how why they had to end the movie there. A good chunk of it was in Rome, and most of the humor, like with Dom DeLuise and his announcer. That to me was very very funny. And then you have the whole chariot chase with weed. You have the Vestal Virgins.
You could tell he was like running out of ideas after that. Once they started with the chase, it just
and then it pinnacled with the whole Last Supper portion of it.
He's a waiter.
Yeah, and I thought.
If the movie ended there,
it'd have been a short movie.
No, of course it was a short movie, but I'm saying if it were ended there, people would have been like, holy crap, this is awesome. And then you add the Inquisition, great song. I just can't help get it out of my mind.
Yeah.
And
it's catchy.
Yeah.
It's catchy.
It's funny.
And it was written by Mel Brooks too, right?
Yeah.
It's
which you understand how all these movies that he made, or some of these movies that he made, were made into musicals.
Yeah.
Because the movies with their beats are very musical. They allow spaces for music in it.
Yeah. But he does in everything, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, man. I can see this movie as a
Spaceballs doesn't have a musical in it. Does it? Oh yeah, it does. Hello, my baby. That's the only part with the alien.
Yeah.
Coming again, John Hurt.
Yeah.
Was that him?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He recreates his scene from Alien.
Okay. I can't remember that. Sorry.
With the chest burster.
I've seen so many parodies of it that I just don't remember who actually originally did it.
Yeah.
So
Alien.
I know, but I don't remember the
John
actor.
Hurt.
I mean,
John Hurt.
okay.
My son finally watched Alien.
Aliens
Loved
is a different movie though.
Yeah,
It's
Aliens is
action.
part
It's an
2.
action movie. No, but it's an action movie. The first Alien is more like horror sci-fi, and Aliens is more action
Yeah.
because it's James Cameron.
You get Ripley.
Well, you get James Cameron. That's
Yeah,
why.
Ripley in the first one too.
Yeah, I know, but it's like the birth of Ripley. Now
Yeah,
it's
but
like
that's that. But,
I'm
but if you
Ripley.
notice, part 2 is very.
Wait, did you say birth?
the birth.
Yeah.
Birth of
No, but if you watch those movies, you notice that part 2 is very different from like majority of them. It's more action
Yeah.
heavy, and I think that a lot of people like Aliens.
Yeah,
more.
it's actually everyone
Does really dig Aliens.
Well, I love Alien, the first one. It's a good movie for me.
Yeah,
Great movie.
I like RoboCop. I don't really like RoboCop 2.
Oh yeah. I like RoboCop.
which RoboCop?
Some people like their
Peter
cucumbers pickles. What?
Huh?
No, I like the first one better. The
Peter Weller?
what is it? The uncut.
The uncensored, the director's
Uncensored.
cut, extended edition.
The original RoboCop.
Uncut. That was Josephus.
That was Josephus. Yep, because he wasn't a eunuch.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was lost for a
'Cause
second. there.
remember he goes,
Yeah.
I'm Jewish.
And he was like, "Yeah, he missed. He missed. He was a little drunk that day." See, all like what they gave Gregory Hines to do in that whole thing was just he was comedy. He was comedy in it. He was
Yeah,
like,
he was
they-
funny. I
like,
loved it.
you-
Everything he said.
Yeah, you had Mel Brooks as a stand-up philosopher. I get it. Cool. It's funny, but who really brought the laughs in that whole sequence was Gregory Hines.
Yeah. As soon as he comes out, when he's being sold into slavery, and then they don't want him, and then they're gonna kill him.
They're gonna feed him to the lions.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing with the miracle with the horse and everything. Okay, cool, but the story does become a lot better when it becomes a buddy thing with him and Josephus, with Comicus and Josephus.
Yeah.
It's weird how you I don't remember them ever doing a movie together after this.
No, I don't think they
'Cause
ever did.
They had great chemistry when it came to that.
Oh, they did.
He did with Billy Crystal.
Yeah,
Ugh.
Running Scared.
Yeah.
Was that a good movie? I haven't seen it.
It was alright.
It was all right.
What other movies did Gregory Hines do?
It's no White Knights.
I know, but I know White Knights. I had a dance teacher that kept putting White
Baryshnikov.
Knights. Yeah,
Yes.
because you have Mikhail Baryshnikov
Yeah.
and
Well, he
Gregory
was
Hines.
also in Waiting to Exhale.
Gregory Hines was.
Gregory Hines was a dancer.
Yeah,
He was in Tap. It's about Tap.
Oh, is that what that is?
about
Yeah.
to tap that ass.
I thought it was about beers.
No,
Yeah,
that's
the
the
Con-
that's
the Con
that's
Club.
the movie
Con Club's
with
a good movie, by the way.
Tom Cruise. Taps.
That's Cocktails.
Taps. That's not about beers. I haven't seen Taps
Taps. There's a movie called Taps.
with Tom Cruise.
Is it Tom Cruise?
Jesus.
It's cocktails.
No, there's cocktail and
I
there's a
already said
movie.
that part.
But there's a movie called Taps,
Yeah, it's a military movie.
starring Tom Cruise.
And there's a song.
I'm looking at. See, Tom Cruise.
Huh. Didn't know that. Very cool.
Yeah, so Gregory Hines has 49 credits. He's in Muppets Take Manhattan, Cotton Club.
He was in Will and Grace.
We're talking about movies.
I know.
Will and Grace is not a movie.
Feels like one to me.
Oh my! You're about to get smacked.
Where's the hammer? Where's the hammer?
I can't find it.
Oh, I think. Oh no! There it is. But yeah, like movie wise,
Waiting to Exhale.
if you go all the way back, History of the World was technically his like a big part in the movie.
His first movie.
No, he wasn't like. Oh yeah, technically, History of the World was his first movie.
Yeah. Muppets Take Manhattan.
Yeah, Edgar said that like 4 times. Can you relax?
Yeah. All right, fine.
The Cotton Club.
Hey.
Yeah, I said that too.
Yeah, I'm just going through the list.
Wait,
but
I
I've never
said that.
I've never seen Running Scared. I've seen White Knights a bunch, but I guess Off Limits. I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, we have. Evil Destruction, remember
I
that
haven't
one?
seen that one. No, no,
That
no,
was-
no,
I saw
no.
when-
Sesame Street. I know he was on Sesame Street a bunch of times. Him and Savion Glover.
Man, what's he doing?
Nothing.
Steven Glover's
Everyone's
awesome.
in quarantine. Stupid. Come on now.
God damn it.
So but I think if the movie would have been more, they would have fleshed out a lot more of the Roman thing, like the Roman like sequence, without like the car chase. If they would have had more ideas for it, I think that could have been the majority of the movie.
I think that as soon as they escape the palace, the Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
That when they're all walking in, the camera's coming in, and
The
they're on the
escalator,
conveyor belt.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the conveyor belt going into the casino.
That was stupid. But as soon as they leave the palace, that's where it should have ended. It went too far. It went too long. They took the joke too long.
They could have thought of other things. They could have thought other things, but what those things could have been, I don't know. But I still think that's the strongest part of the movie, is the whole Rome thing, and the best, I guess, overall. Like the most memorable one is the Inquisition because of the song.
Yeah, it's really
I
catchy.
wonder how long it would have taken for him to do, if they did part 2, how much it would have been the Holocaust.
I don't think any time.
I don't think they would have referenced that. I don't think they would have made a joke out of the Holocaust. I think they could.
We were all on
No,
vacation.
you can make fun of Hitler. You can make fun of Hitler,
Yeah.
but you can't make fun of the.
He did have Hitler on ice.
Yeah, he also did Springtime for Hitler and the producers. So he takes he does make fun of Hitler a lot, and for good reason. It's primed to make fun of,
Yeah.
right? But I don't think he'd be. I think if they'd made part 2 and you make a joke out of the Holocaust, people would be really mad. Even though it's like a Jewish man making the movie about making fun of the Holocaust, he'd be excommunicated.
So you're saying the way he would work around it, the workaround would be not to reference the Holocaust itself, but just Hitler.
Yeah, just Hitler.
Yeah.
You just reference Hitler, which is why at the end of the
Jojo
movie
Rabbit.
they said no. Which is why at the end of the movie they reference Hitler on ice. That's why.
But remember, Life is Beautiful with Benigni.
Oh, boring.
Yep.
A lot of people got mad about that movie because they thought he was making fun of the Holocaust.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that, but it wasn't a comedy. At least not to me. I didn't find that movie funny.
No, it wasn't to me either.
I think it's a great movie.
No, I love that
It's a
movie.
great
It's
movie.
all right. It ain't no
It's really
beautiful movie.
heartwarming. No, it's a really good movie.
It ain't no Life is a House.
It ain't no kid with striped pajamas.
Ain't no chairman on the board.
Yeah, hilarious. No, yeah, no. I mean, I could see how people get offended with that kind of stuff. So I would see if they would have made a sequel to it, part 2, if they would have stayed away from it. But I'm glad that part of me is sad that they didn't make a sequel to it, but we got Spaceballs instead, right? Like I'm sad that they didn't make it, but we got Spaceballs, and Spaceballs is a great Jews in space.
Has another big dude, John Candy.
Yeah.
Pizza the Hut.
You have John. Yeah, I mean, like after that, I mean,
Bill Pullman.
you have Bill Pullman, you have John Candy, and all those movies, right? But in regards to history of the world, when you talk about, the French Revolution has its moments, but it does kind of drag on. The joke at the first time they do the joke, it's good to be the king. Okay,
It drags.
it's funny. It's cool. It's good, but then it keeps.
The
It keeps
4-4
going.
break.
Yeah, the gangbang, that whole
Yeah.
stuff, and
It was too much.
the pee boy. That was funny. The piss boy, the bucket.
Count the Monet.
Yeah, count the money. That was pretty funny,
Monet.
especially with him and his. I guess is it his
Burmese.
stylist?
The guy, his I think eunuch.
Fouquet.
Yeah, his Fouquier.
Yeah, the guy's name is Burmese, which is a sauce.
Yeah, no,
Don't get
it's
saucy
it's
with me.
French. Yeah, it's French.
Get it?
It's a joke.
I like the powder wigs though.
Yeah, only on him because then no.
They all wore powder wigs, except for Count the Monet. His is all black. It's
Yeah,
a
it was a
powder
black.
wig.
That's what I'm saying.
The
So
only
they
one.
don't all wear powder wigs, right?
Technically, it's considered a powdered wig.
Yeah, but no, it's not white.
The powder doesn't always have to be white.
Why are you racist?
I'm just saying.
Okay.
It does not have to be proper if it's not white.
And then the whole. I mean, the other part that I did find funny was the girl's dad who was in the dungeon, with his animals.
Pretty birds.
He invents the catapult. That was okay.
Yeah.
But when he's throwing he's letting the birds fly away and they're all falling dead. That was funny to me.
But
I thought that was really funny.
But I thought with like with the catapult, that kind of sums up the whole movie because at every moment, Mel Brooks was just trying to do like one joke after the other, one joke after the other. So like it wasn't a coherent story,
Yeah.
or anything. It was just him trying to find humor in every little moment.
It was an hour long SNL. Oh no, it's an hour and a half long SNL episode.
Yeah,
where it was different skits. That's all it was. It's a movie.
and a lot of
It's a movie.
like a lot of wordplay,
Yeah.
a lot of and it's just
very reminiscent of like Kentucky Fried Movie with different skits.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like those kind of movies, right?
Yeah.
It's very reminiscent to that, and
which is why I felt that it wasn't like I don't think it's the best Mel Brooks movie.
no, it's not the best, but
maybe it's just a little
really
bit higher
funny.
than Life Stinks.
No. Life stinks. Life stink. Okay, we're gonna. Okay,
Okay,
hold on.
Bad Mel Brooks movie. What's the worst bad Mel Brooks movie?
Dracula.
Robin Hood. Oh no, yeah, you're right. Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Yeah,
That's the worst one.
that's the worst one.
That's his worst movie.
I don't mind.
Because I like Robin
the
Hood.
Robin
Men in
Hood.
Tights.
Yeah, Robin Hood. It would be Dracula Men in Tights. Then I would give it to Robin Hood. Right after that. Then I would put.
I prefer
Because Spaceballs is going to be the top.
Yeah. So I prefer
High Anxiety.
No, the top number one for you.
Spaceballs, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Blazing Saddles, then
no.
Spaceballs. But
No, I think Spaceballs. Then
No,
I
Young
think it's
Frankenstein
Spaceballs.
for me.
Then it's Young Frankenstein. Then it's Blazing Saddles. Then
No.
To Be or Not to Be, not so much.
To Be or Not to Be.
It's still better than Dracula Dead and Loving It.
I like Producers Musical more.
But
than
that's
I
not
do the
Mel
action
Brooks.
movie.
But that's not Mel Brooks.
No, I like the original producers more.
But it's not Mel Brooks. The
Like,
musical is not Mel Brooks.
I love me some Gene Wilder, but I just kind of like.
Well, silent movie too is not. I don't.
It's not that great.
Not really
yeah,
fond of
but it's
silent
still better
movie,
than
no.
Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Oh yeah, everything is better.
High Anxiety is
Everything
better
is
than
better.
Dracula Dead and Loving
Oh
It.
yeah.
But again, the
For
top
me-
ones
for
would be
me is-
Spaceballs,
No.
Young Frankenstein, then
For me, it's Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein,
and
then Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles.
I'd switch it on those for me. For me, it's Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, Spaceballs.
I guess we're different because I've always liked Spaceballs more than.
No, I
the
love
other ones.
Spaceballs, but it's like it's reminiscent of a time. You know what I mean? It's like it's very 80s.
Yeah.
It's
80s movie.
space in future.
Yeah, but it feels like all 80s
Spaceships
jokes.
can look like whatever. All right.
And for me,
80s jokes.
For me, Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles are timeless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I get it, but again,
I-
I like Spaceballs at the top for me.
Cloris Leachman.
She's not in Spaceballs.
No, she's in this movie though.
She's Pizza the Hut.
No, but she's in Frankenstein.
No, I know she's in Young Frankenstein. She's in
Young Frankenstein.
She's in this movie. She's in She's in a lot of them.
Yeah.
She's in a lot of.
Because she's hilarious and
Yeah.
she's good at what she does.
Yeah.
And she's still alive.
Yeah.
You ever seen that
she?
interview in Young Frankenstein when they were promoting Young Frankenstein?
Spanish?
Nope.
Yeah, yeah. And she's
Yeah.
like making out with Gene Wilder and the reporter.
That's how she rolls. It's on the special features, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's on the special features.
Damn
of,
it, I gotta watch that now. I haven't
of
seen
Young
it.
Frankenstein. And see, and that's and I can see why he wanted to do Dracula like the same thing he did with Young Frankenstein with Dracula, but that was just not a good movie.
No, it wasn't.
It
Now
was
I
it
have
was
to
it was
watch
it was the late it was his last movie, right? Dracula Dead and Loving It was the last one Mel Brooks directed.
I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Because I don't think he did.
I don't
anything,
remember seeing it.
I don't think he. I remember because Leslie Nielsen and the guy from Wings.
See, I feel like now I need to watch it and see how bad it is.
Yeah, it's not.
Let's see as a director. It's the last movie. See, yeah, and that's the worst movie to go out on.
Yeah, that's bad.
Like that's why I was like, and that was in '95. Yeah, it's not.
Okay, I haven't seen the 12 Chairs.
I haven't either.
I kind of want to watch it now.
But I've seen majority of all of them. Like, yeah, I've except for the 12 Chairs, the only one I haven't seen. But yeah, Dracula Dead and Loving it's not a good movie for him to go out on. They should have done one more. But I mean, you have his son, but his son was more like a book writer.
What's his
Right,
name?
Max Brooks.
I think he had that thing he was doing online with the quarantine.
Yeah, but Max Brooks. I think he wrote Zombie Guide to the Apocalypse or World War Z, something like that. He wrote one of those. Yeah, see, the Zombie Survival Guide and World War Z.
Nice.
Yeah, see, so he wrote those.
He also wrote The Great Wall.
Of China with Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
That's not a bad movie, by the way. People hate on it, but it's not a bad movie. It's not a great movie.
I mean, it's no Last Samurai.
It's better than Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Oh, it's definitely better than Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Damn. What's worse than Dracula Dead and Loving It? Talking about worse, not better. Worse.
I don't know. Mel Brooks movies, there's nothing worse than that one. But I mean, Space Jam.
Space Jam.
I like Space Jam.
I don't like Space Jam. Again, I don't like sports movies other than Draft Day.
Draft Day's awesome.
I like Draft Day. Oh, and The Way Back, but it's not really a sports movie.
And Any Given Sunday.
No, I don't really like Any Given Sunday.
My mom likes the movie.
No, I don't like that movie either.
I'm not a.
Don't get me wrong. I like Pacino.
I like Oliver Stone. Just not
Oliver
Any
Stone.
Given Sunday.
Oliver Stone's it's an acquired taste, and
I like Moneyball.
Yeah, but that's not really a sports movie.
It's about
I
baseball.
like Natural
right?
Born Killers too.
Natural Born Killers is awesome.
But Moneyball's about baseball. Brad Pitt.
But it's not really a sports movie. It's about
Neither is Draft Day.
Exactly. Which is why they're so good.
Yeah, because they're not a sports movie. Like
the sports is in the background.
Yeah, like if it's a movie that has to do with sports and stuff, like Hardball with the kids with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
that one was
That's
okay.
Good. That was not bad.
Because it's not focused. When the movie doesn't focus on the sport, or like it doesn't like
it's got to focus on
the movie's
characters.
not propelled by we're playing the Super Bowl or if it goes real deep into like
Rudy.
Yeah, like no, the program not.
I love the program.
Nah.
God damn.
See, like Higher Learning, I like Higher Learning, but that's not a sports movie.
But it's just track. It's not really a sport. It's an event.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you if you think it's a sport. It's an event.
I remember a scene where somebody's running track.
Yeah.
What is that?
Higher Learning?
Grease?
Because he was rocking and rolling.
When Danny Zuko runs?
Went ahead and...
no. It was a show on Showtime.
Oh, yeah, with young Penn and Teller.
Fuck you. Okay. What I do know...
You were trying to beat Danny Zuko on Penn and Teller, right? That's what you were trying to do?
No, I can clear the hurdles.
No, you barely.
No, I was
watch
able
the video. Barely.
No, I can clear the hurdles.
He cleared them. Here, cleared them.
Yeah.
I clear them easily.
Burly.
Not burly. I mean, I jump all weird, but still.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's not the point. So, the point is, hey, Tyra Banks was running track in
Higher Learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she died.
But
spoiler alert.
If you haven't seen Higher Learning, you're not going to see Higher Learning.
Remy shoots her.
Yeah. Michael Rappaport?
Remy. Yeah. Not Ratatouille, Remy. Yeah. Or is it Remy? Yeah.
Remy, shoot him in the fucking head. Shoot him.
That's Cole Hauser.
Yeah, I know.
He's cool.
He's awesome.
Yeah, but...
Paparazzi's pretty good, too, by the way.
I haven't seen that one.
It's a good movie.
Mel Gibson wrote it, right? Or something like that?
He has
Produced
something to do with
it.
He has something to do with
Not Mel Brooks?
Not Mel Brooks. No. I can't believe you haven't seen Dracula Dead and Loving It.
I haven't. I think I have, but I don't think I have.
I remember that movie, and I remember not liking it because Mel Brooks plays Van Helsing in the movie.
Oh, Mel Brooks
Mel Brooks plays Van Helsing.
Okay, I'm about to say, is that the one that... Is he one of DeVoe's?
You want me to throw this hammer?
Oh, that's funny. What about Repossessed?
That's not Mel Brooks.
You leave
that
Leslie Nielsen alone.
That movie was garbage too. Because that's all Leslie Nielsen did at that time was spoof movies.
And Pam Anderson.
After Airplane, because before that he was a serious actor, and then he got into he did Airplane, and then after Airplane he was like, okay, this is where I'm gonna make my money.
Well, surely he's hilarious.
Yeah, and then he's always had the silver hair the whole time. But
yeah,
I think
born with silver hair.
That's a problem. I think it's a problem with Dracula Dead and Loving It is that Leslie Nielsen was not funny anymore. It was played out, all the stuff he was doing, because he did like a million of those Naked Gun movies, and he did Spy Hard. He did all these. They're only spoof movies, and I think that's where the mistake that Mel Brooks did was casting Leslie Nielsen as Dracula, because the difference between Dracula Dead and Loving It and Young Frankenstein is that the characters weren't played as spoofs, like not as cartoons. You know what I'm saying? Like they had personality. They weren't just jokes.
They didn't have the sitcom setups.
Yeah, and the problem with the Dracula Dead and Loving It is it felt very much like they were
Everybody
just,
was playing it for comedy.
yeah, like they weren't
Yeah.
trying to be serious. Like Gene Wilder was at least playing some of it serious.
Was he in that?
No, I'm talking about Young Frankenstein.
Okay, because I'm confused. You were saying that Dracula didn't love it, and I was like, wait.
I'm saying that they were playing it for comedy, but if you watch Young Frankenstein, they're not. They're not trying to be cartoons.
Usually that's when the comedies work. You have to play it as serious. That's why the classic Batman series, the 60s one, works because everybody's serious. They're playing it the best they can, even though it's like a comedy.
And that was the problem with Dracula Dead and Loving It. That's the problem. But I see the thing is with Mel Brooks movies, they weren't like that until that. You know, even Life Stinks wasn't like that.
Life Stinks had a different like it was made differently compared to all these Blazing Saddles, and it felt like it was just an actual one story going through.
It was essentially trying to be Trading Places, right? That's what.
Yeah, but that
Life
one isn't
Stinks
as
is.
awful for the same reason because he's not.
Because they're not playing it for like
For
he's
comedy.
not. Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
trying to be funny. The problem with Dracula Dead and Loving It is they're trying to be funny, which is the same. I think that's the same feeling you get at with the last bit of History of the World Part 1 is
It's like they were making
trying
jokes
to be
to the camera.
they're trying to be funny. They were forcing the comedy versus like
Just
the
letting it
first
happen?
versus the first half where it was kind of
But it feels
natural.
forced in Rome sometimes.
Yeah, some of it, but it's still like it was funnier then. I think because they kept forcing it after that, more of the jokes kept being forced.
Well, that and it was,
And it was just set up and punchline, which is
and
where
they were doing a performance piece, like they're like for Caesar.
Well, it's like with the 10 Commandments.
yeah.
It's the same thing. He comes out with the
But-
15, he
and
drops
again,
one, and he's
that,
like,
that
"Oh,
goes
10
that goes
Commandments."
to back to it's like the Saturday Night Live of movies because it's all literally just sequences, just little vignettes of movies.
By the way, Reiner plays the voice of God in that scene, the 10 Commandments.
Oh, it's Carl Reiner, his best friend.
Yeah.
What was his name in Toy Story 4?
What did he play?
Rhinoceros.
Because Carl Rhinoceros and
Rhinoceros.
was it Elephant Brooks?
Yeah, Elephant Brooks.
And then Cheryl Burnett.
And Betty White was the what the fuck was she?
She was in the movie. That's all I remember. But no, so that's the thing. Like, because again, Dracula Dead and Loving It was they were trying to be funny and forcing the funny throughout the whole movie, and not letting it be, not letting it
Natural.
feel natural. Yeah, and that was a big problem with Dracula Dead and Loving It. And again, that's kind of the pitfall that they fall with the French Revolution portion. Is most of it is forced funny. Some of it is funny, but it still feels
it has its
somewhat
moments.
forced. Yeah, still somewhat forced. And I think having the people they have in there like as the guest, it kind of they were misused. They should have you could have made it funnier and had a funnier use of Harvey Korman or funnier use of the other people in that section.
Cloris Leachman?
Yeah, like you could. Cloris Leachman just loves to dress up and make herself look uglier. Like they did that on French Revolution, do in the French people and doing that right. But they could have given them more to do and letting them be themselves. It would have been a lot more funnier.
One day more. No, okay. They're gonna. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna that thing. Okay, cool. All right.
Plus, I felt that a lot of the French Revolution, it was just Mel Brooks.
Just saying it's good to be the king for most
Just-
of the time.
Yeah, just feeling up
Yeah.
on girls
Yeah.
on film. That's what it felt like to me.
That was one thing that I did feel. Not him, but I felt it came across on the screen that's kind of the majority of the
That's just a
story is
smear,
that taking advantage of the fact that that he was playing the role of the king.
Yeah.
But again, it didn't sway me from liking the movie as a whole, because I do enjoy it. It's not a movie that I'll watch daily or constantly, but it's a movie that I'll come back to maybe after a few months, or maybe after a year I'll go back and I'll watch it again, and I'll still laugh at the same parts. It doesn't feel like, oh, this is getting old to me.
Yeah, the jokes that work, they constantly work.
Yeah.
they're not like it's not like a Vince Vaughn movie. It
That's
just
true.
Yeah.
That's true. But I think for me, like after the Inquisition, I think I would just turn it off.
There are parts of the French Revolution I would watch. And then I do like the joke at the end that Josephus shows up and he was like, "It's a movie."
Oh yeah.
You know, and I like the fact that
We're arriving at the end.
Yeah, and that's all still a pretty funny joke. But overall, again, it's a movie that I enjoy watching. And I will constantly say I enjoy watching it, whether or not I do enjoy the last quarter of it or not.
Now, what would you let's say there was a part 2. What would you include in this?
Ooh,
what parts of history after French Revolution would you include?
Well, you have to include like they say Hitler on Ice, because it's a foreshadow in the movie. It's a coming attraction, so that has to be in it. Jews in Space has to be in it.
I would put like a Christopher Columbus story.
Yeah, I'd put something like that. I'd put you could kind of do a similar Blazing Saddles type of Native American cowboys in America. You could make a joke of the Great Depression.
Yeah.
You could make a bunch of jokes for that. You can make another song about the Great Depression.
The Great Depression.
Yeah. See, you could reuse that one, right? And make it very, there's a lot of things that it could have been done with a sequel.
Starving, we're all here starving, we're all here starving. No? Okay, no, okay, whatever. I'm going to hell? All right, cool. All right, so.
Yeah?
No, I got nothing.
Okay. No, but, I mean, I think you can go a lot of different places with the sequel. If they were ever to make it, I'm sure Mel Brooks has ideas. I mean, 95, that was the last movie he made. You don't stop being funny just because you're not gonna make movies. I'm pretty sure there's ideas that could be brought together.
Well, but
as long as it doesn't come out like movie 43.
That's true.
Because that movie had moments, but it wasn't funny like throughout. It was kind of annoying at certain points.
But I was gonna say he's still funny because if you watch that episode with what's his name, Jerry Seinfeld on Comedians in Cars, and he goes to watch a movie with Mel Brooks and Carl Reiner. Mel Brooks is still hilarious, quick.
And and that's the thing. What I would do what I would want is Mel Brooks to write the movie and direct it if he can, or at least write it and produce it, and then if Carl Reiner can be in it. And he could still be in it.
Help him write it.
Yeah, or like something to where they work together. I think it'd be.
I think they work awesome together. Their back and forth is
because they're like still their best friends, and that's the whole thing.
And Carl Reiner is also funny.
Not so much Rob Reiner.
No.
Oh, God damn it!
But Carl Reiner's funny.
Rob Reiner gave us The Story of Us.
Yeah, which I like that movie. I like that movie.
I hate that movie.
I like that movie. I mean, even though Bruce Willis at that point was not great.
The only saving grace of that movie is the soundtrack. That's just because it's Clapton.
Yeah. But definitely, if you haven't checked out any of the Mel Brooks movies, definitely check out Young Frankenstein, Spaceballs, Blazing Saddles, History of the World Part 1. Life Stinks. I will always enjoy it because it has a place in my heart, that movie.
Hop two.
So definitely check out those Mel Brooks movies because those are movies that
not Dracula.
No. Stay away from Dracula. Didn't live in it. No.
It's
garbage. It's garbage.
I gotta watch it now.
You watch crap movies anyway. So watch it.
I have to watch it now.
No, watch it. But you've been warned. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a good.
It's
movie.
not good. It's not good.
It's not a good movie.
But definitely check out Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is, his entire collection of movies. I've never seen The 12 Chairs, and I'll probably check that one out. It probably isn't like a joke on the 12 Angry Men.
Yeah.
The Jurors probably Jurors.
Yeah, 12 Angry Men, the Jurors.
Yeah.
That's what that is. The producers, not the musical, the original. Although I like the musical.
Who did the musical though?
Not Mel Brooks.
It's produced by Mel Brooks.
It's produced
because it's his.
Because they have to have him on there because it's his idea.
It's his movie. So
idea.
No, but I mean, who directed it?
I don't remember.
All right, I'll look it up later. I don't care.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely check out his filmography. It's definitely something that is a good if you spread it out right now. Like since you're at home, not doing anything. It's a couple movies a day or a movie a day, and you'll be done. He didn't direct that many movies.
No.
But it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
Well, this has been Vinny.
This
has been a good episode. I mean, I like shut your mouth. I like talking about talking about like these type of movies. Comedies are always fun to talk about.
Yeah,
because
everyone
everyone finds something different in comedy. Not everyone's sense of humor is the same. So it's cool.
Yeah, mine's good.
What?
My taste in comedy is good.
But you lost your taste.
Oh.
Your taste with the coronavirus. I enjoy talking about comedies, or especially movies that I thoroughly enjoy watching.
Yeah,
I even like talking about movies that are crap, like Dracula Dead and Loving It. Fuck you. Like Dracula Dead and Loving It. I'll talk about it, even though I think it's a horrible, horrible movie.
Oh yeah.
But I'll talk about it.
So you should watch the movie then.
Yeah.
Just watch it.
And then make it maybe you might like it.
Yeah.
You might like it as much as you like Spy Hard.
I don't remember Spy Hard too well.
Weird Al Yankovic.
No, I know the soundtrack. I mean,
yeah. You might like it as much as you like Spy Hard, or the third. Was it Naked Gun 33? The third, The Final Insult
With what's her name?
Anna Nicole Smith.
With the silhouette.
Yeah. You might like if you like those movies. If you like those two movies, you'll like Dracula Dead and Loving It. If you hate them, you probably will not like Dracula Dead and Loving It. It wasn't the strongest of the Mel Brooks movies. Which you thoroughly heard us talk about, but definitely check out the movies. Check out his filmography. It's fun. It's a good movie watch. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, comment, because Ozzy loves reading all your negative comments. Like we keep saying, he thrives on it. He bathes in your negativity.
I like candles. I put out the lotion and tissue.
And
if I can find tissue.
Lotion, use your tears.
Still lotion.
Gross. But this has been Vinny.
This is Ozzy.
And Edgar.
See you guys next week.
In case I don't see you.